Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Jinjin's Cosmic if you didn't happen to be here. Perhaps it's time to meet your soul.
Hello, dear souls seeking balance and truth. Have you ever walked into a room, a building, or even a social gathering and felt an immediate, inexplicable shift within you? It's not always something you can point to, no flashing red lights, no sudden drama. Yet, a subtle unease settles in, a quiet draining of your vitality, a sense that something precious is being subtly eroded. For those of us who resonate deeply with the quest for equilibrium, this inner radar is a powerful, often overlooked gift. I'm here today to talk about something crucial, something the universe itself has been trying to whisper into your awareness, especially for those of us who embody the spirit of Libra. There are certain energetic environments that, while appearing perfectly normal to others, act as silent traps for your unique vibrational frequency. These aren't just places. They are energetic sinks, subtle vortexes that can confuse your mind, drain your strength, and divert the very current of your destiny. Before we dive deep into this pivotal revelation, I want you to take a moment and reflect. Can you recall a specific instance where you felt your energy plummet or shift drastically, simply by being in a particular place? If so, know that you are not alone, and that feeling is valid. Now, I urge you to participate in a small yet powerful act of self-recognition and community connection. In the comments below, right after this introduction, I want you to write, "My energy is my sanctuary." This isn't just a statement for me. It's an affirmation for you, and a beacon for others who might be feeling unseen in their own struggles. By affirming this, you're setting an intention, and you're joining a collective recognition that our energetic well-being is paramount. You see, for too long, many of us have ignored these profound inner nudges. We've dismissed that inexplicable discomfort, that urgent urge to simply leave certain environments, as being too sensitive or overthinking. But the truth, my friends, is far more significant. Your very essence, your Libra energy, operates at a refined frequency. When exposed to certain vibrational fields, it's as if your inner compass goes awry, your delicate internal scales tilt violently, and your soul, a finely tuned instrument, falls utterly out of tune. And when this happens, it's not just a momentary bad mood. No, when your core energy is compromised, you begin to lose vital pieces of yourself, pieces that can take considerable time and conscious effort to reclaim. What if I told you that everything tethering you to old patterns, to past pains, is often linked to places you unconsciously revisit, energetically or physically? Today, I'm going to shine a light on 3 specific energetic danger zones that the cosmos has implicitly marked as forbidden territory for your soul's well-being. These are places you should never allow your precious energy to linger for extended periods. As I name them, a flicker of recognition will likely ignite within you, a flash of memory from a time you were in such an environment and felt as if something essential had been siphoned away. The first forbidden energetic environment for your Libra soul is the realm of perpetual conflict. Now, let's be clear. I'm not talking about the occasional disagreement that naturally arises between people striving for understanding. I'm referring to environments where conflict is not an exception, but the very fabric of existence. These are spaces where people reside in a constant state of low-grade, or sometimes overt, emotional warfare. Imagine homes where arguments are a daily ritual, where tension hangs heavy in the air like an oppressive fog. Consider workplaces where subtle sabotage, passive aggression, and bitter rivalries define interactions. Or social groups where gossip and drama are the primary currency of connection. When you, with your innate drive for balance and harmony, step into such a space, something profound within you begins to wither. Your natural ability to mediate and harmonize doesn't just get challenged. It goes into a state of energetic panic. It's like a skilled tightrope walker attempting to cross a rope that is perpetually, violently swinging. You instinctively try to bring peace, to find common ground, to restore equilibrium. But these environments are often addicted to their own chaos. They feed on discord, and they will, quite literally, drain your energy as you attempt to resolve what, for them, is designed to remain unresolved. Have you ever left a gathering, a family event, or a workday feeling utterly depleted, exhausted to your bones, even if you weren't directly involved in any arguments? That wasn't just physical fatigue. That was your sensitive, energetic field absorbing the rampant tension and disharmony. These places don't just exhaust you. They subtly reprogram your vibrational frequency. They can insidiously lead you to believe that conflict is an unavoidable norm, that peace is an impossible dream, or that drama is simply the spice of life. This miscalibration can dull your intuitive sense for true harmony, and even unconsciously lead you to recreate similar patterns in your own life, because your system has become accustomed to the adrenaline and cortisol of constant tension. The second energetic space marked as forbidden for your essence is any environment of extreme imbalance. Your very being is wired to seek equity, justice, and beauty. When you find yourself in spaces where injustice, inequality, and pervasive disharmony are not only tolerated but celebrated, it's a direct assault on your soul. Think of environments where individuals are treated as mere commodities, where power is wielded not to uplift, but to crush the spirit, or places where genuine beauty and harmony are deliberately sacrificed at the altar of profit, control, or ego. When confronted with such distortions, every cell in your body recoils. You might try to intellectualize it, to adapt, or even to consciously ignore the glaring disparities. Yet, your energetic system cannot process this level of profound distortion without incurring significant damage. Reflect on times you've witnessed blatant unfairness and felt utterly powerless to intervene. How did that experience linger within you for days or even weeks afterward? How did it temporarily cloud your ability to perceive beauty in the world, or shake your fundamental faith in humanity? These weren't merely emotional reactions. They were profound, energetic symptoms of your core being rejecting an environment deeply toxic to its nature. This consistent exposure can erode your inner vision of a better world. You might start questioning whether your ideals of justice are naive, whether fairness is an unrealistic expectation. With each reluctant concession, a piece of your inner light, your hope, dims. You may even begin to lower your own standards for how people should treat each other or how the world should operate. And the third place that the universe unequivocally marks as forbidden for you is forced isolation. Now, I want to clarify. I'm not speaking of chosen solitude, which can be an incredibly healing and necessary balm for your soul. Rather, I'm referring to environments that deliberately sever your natural, vital connections with other beings. These are spaces where you are coerced into existing without the nourishing human bonds that your soul craves, where authentic relationships are subtly discouraged, and where intimacy is often viewed as a weakness to be exploited or ridiculed. You might be pressured to become an emotional island, convinced that self-sufficiency equates to strength. This could manifest in various ways. A demanding job that leaves no time for meaningful connections. A relationship dynamic that subtly alienates you from friends and family. A family system where vulnerability is attacked and affection is ridiculed. Or even a living situation that forces you to function as though you don't need anyone at all. When your entire nature screams for connection and reciprocity, and you are trapped in such spaces for too long, something fundamental within you begins to atrophy. Your innate capacity for trust, for open connection, for freely expressed love, it all goes into a kind of forced hibernation. The cruelest aspect of forced isolation is that you may eventually begin to believe this distorted version of yourself is your true personality. You might think you are naturally cold or distant, when in reality, you are merely protecting a deeply wounded heart. You might avoid intimacy, not because you don't desire it, but because you are desperately trying to shield yourself from further pain. Forced isolation is insidious because it often wears a disguise, masquerading as other, more acceptable life circumstances. Now, before we delve deeper into why these environments are so profoundly destructive for you, and, more importantly, how you can protect yourself and ultimately escape them, I want to reiterate that vital call to action. If any of these descriptions resonated, if a flash of recognition occurred within you, then please write in the comments below. I recognize at least one of these places in my life. You don't need to elaborate or share details unless you feel called to. But by simply making this statement, you are not only helping me to understand this community better, but you are also creating a wave of validation and recognition for other Libras who may be silently suffering in these toxic environments. Often, the first step to healing is recognizing that you are not alone in your experience, that this inexplicable exhaustion or discomfort is shared, and that it doesn't make you weak or overly sensitive. It makes you human and uniquely attuned to energetic truths. The reason these 3 types of places are so devastating for your particular energetic makeup goes far beyond superficial discomfort. Each one strikes at a fundamental pillar of your essence. Environments of perpetual conflict relentlessly assault your core need for harmony. Spaces of extreme imbalance directly violate your profound search for justice and beauty. And places of forced isolation cruelly sever your vital, life-affirming connections with other beings. When even one of these pillars is consistently under attack, You begin to question fundamental aspects of your very identity. You might start to wonder if your quest for harmony is naive, if your need for justice is overly idealistic, or if your deep desire for connection is simply a sign of emotional dependence. These environments don't just drain your energy. They plant insidious seeds of destructive self-doubt that, if left unaddressed, can blossom into years of insecurity, self-criticism, and a profound sense of not being enough. Extremely imbalanced environments attack something even more fundamental within you: your faith in the possibility of a better world. Your soul carries a beautiful vision of what humanity could be, a deep yearning for a world operating from higher values of fairness and compassion. When you are forced to exist in spaces that operate from the lowest common denominators of human nature — greed, cruelty, callousness — this vital vision begins to erode. You might start questioning whether your ideals of justice and fairness are even realistic. You might find yourself slowly, subtly, accepting levels of inhumanity that were once utterly unthinkable to you. With each reluctant concession to the harsh realities of such environments, a precious piece of your inner light dims, and your ability to champion what is good and right weakens. The cruelest of these three forbidden places, perhaps, are the spaces of forced isolation, because they directly attack the very foundation of your existence: connection. To understand this, know that for you, existence is not just in relationships. It is often through relationships. Your identity, your energetic flow, your very joy in life are all profoundly fueled by the authentic exchanges you have with other beings. When you are systematically placed in situations where these exchanges are impossible, discouraged, or actively punished, it's akin to cutting off your soul's oxygen supply. You may survive physically, but something essential within you begins to wither and die. You might begin to believe you are naturally introverted or prefer to be alone, when in truth, you are simply protecting a heart that has been deeply wounded by a lack of genuine connection. You might avoid intimacy, not out of disinterest, but as a desperate defense mechanism against further pain or betrayal. Forced isolation is particularly insidious because it rarely presents itself with a clear label. It might be a job that consumes all your waking hours, leaving no space for personal relationships. It could be a partner who gradually, subtly, alienates you from your support system of friends and family. It might even be a prolonged financial struggle or health condition that physically limits your ability to engage with the world. Remember, isolation doesn't have to be purely physical to be devastatingly destructive. However, the most important and ultimately lasting solution to these energetic traps is to cultivate the courage to leave these environments when it is within your power, and the profound wisdom to never consciously choose to enter them again. This may, at times, demand drastic changes in your life. It might mean walking away from relationships that have become toxic, making the courageous decision to change jobs, creating distance from family dynamics that are profoundly draining, or even rethinking where and how you live. These decisions are rarely easy, especially for someone who, like you, values harmony above almost all else, and fundamentally dislikes making waves or causing disruption. But here is a liberating truth that I hope will profoundly shift your perspective. Staying in environments that systematically destroy your soul is not serving anyone. It is not creating the harmony you so desperately seek. In fact, it is only perpetuating unhealthy systems. And most tragically, it is wasting the unique and precious gift you were born to offer the world. When you make the courageous decision to remove yourself from these forbidden places and consciously choose to place yourself in environments that genuinely nourish your essence, you don't merely heal yourself. You transform into a living, breathing example that it is indeed possible to choose differently. You beautifully demonstrate that true harmony exists and is profoundly worth pursuing, that justice and beauty are attainable when we prioritize them, and that authentic human connections nourish the soul in ways nothing else ever can. Your courageous departure from these toxic environments can ignite a spark in others, inspiring them to seek healthier spaces for themselves. It can be the beacon of hope for someone else suffering in silence, showing them that there truly is another way to live. Your personal healing, dear friend, becomes a powerful ripple in the collective healing of humanity. The 3 forbidden energetic places I've unveiled today: environments of perpetual conflict, spaces of extreme imbalance, and places of forced isolation, are far more than abstract concepts. They are concrete realities that may, at this very moment, be profoundly affecting your life. The question isn't whether you will encounter these places along your journey. The question is whether you will recognize them when you do, and whether you will muster the profound courage and self-love to protect yourself from their draining influence. Remember this deeply. Your heightened sensitivity to these environments is not a design flaw. It is, in fact, an advanced feature of your unique energetic makeup. It is like possessing an ultra-sensitive detector, capable of identifying energetic toxicity long before it causes irreversible damage. While other signs or individuals may appear to function in these environments for longer periods before outwardly feeling the effects, that doesn't mean they are any less affected. It simply means their internal alarm systems are less finely tuned than yours. Therefore, use your profound sensitivity as your most trusted compass. When an environment subtly feels off to you energetically, trust that deep perception. When a place consistently makes you feel smaller, weaker, more confused, or simply dulls your inner light, do not ignore these vital signals by attempting to be stronger or more adaptable. Your sensitive soul is unequivocally warning you that you are treading in dangerous territory. Conversely, when you discover places that genuinely nourish your essence, where harmony is cherished, where justice and beauty are prioritized, where authentic connections are celebrated, then, my friend, invest your precious energy wholeheartedly in those spaces. Contribute to their vibrancy. Help strengthen their foundations, because these are the environments where you will not merely survive, but truly thrive, where your natural, radiant light can shine in its full, magnificent intensity. The universe did not bestow upon you this special sensitivity to punish or limit you. Quite the opposite. It gave it to guide you with unerring precision toward the people and places that will profoundly honor, amplify, and uplift your unique and invaluable gifts. Use this profound guidance wisely, and you will undoubtedly discover that your life can be far more harmonious, equitable, and deeply connected than you ever dared to imagine possible. Can you truly identify which of these 3 powerful energetic traps might still be subtly present in your life? My dear seeker of balance, you were born to shine, to illuminate, not to become lost or diminished in environments that relentlessly drain your precious energy. Every conscious step you take towards your most authentic self strengthens your essence, and every draining space you courageously choose to avoid opens expansive doors to new, life-affirming opportunities. The universe's warnings are never in vain. It is profoundly asking you to protect your light, right here, right now. And if this were the last, most decisive warning before a pivotal turn in your life, would you summon the profound courage to walk away from these places that diminish you? Protect your energy, for the universe has already shown you. Some places are simply not meant for you, and avoiding them is the clearest, most direct key to your flourishing growth and profound success. If this message has resonated deeply within you, if it has illuminated patterns or specific situations in your own life, please do not let that insight merely slip away. Share your experiences in the comments below. You can use the affirmation I suggested earlier, or write freely about what stirred within you. Remember, your courage in expressing your truth may be the very spark someone else needs to feel less alone in their own quiet struggle. I invite you to subscribe to this channel because your vital education about energetic environments is truly just beginning. I am committed to continuing to reveal information that can radically transform your quality of life, empower your ability to make decisions that truly honor your essence, and guide you in creating or finding spaces where your soul can genuinely flourish. Turn on notifications, because some of the most important revelations for those who seek balance are yet to come. This includes crucial insights like how to instantly identify if a new environment is energetically safe for you, how to effectively heal the damage caused by prolonged exposure to toxic places, and most beautifully, how to magnetize into your life the environments and the people who will elevate you to your highest, most authentic potential. The 3 forbidden places I've revealed today are profound warnings from the universe, not permanent sentences. With heightened awareness, unwavering courage, and applied wisdom, you possess the power to navigate this world in a way that profoundly protects and nurtures your unique, precious essence. Your soul, my friend, truly deserves to exist in spaces that honor its magnificent nature. And now, you have the vital tools to recognize and consciously seek out those very spaces.